If you're watching this, which I'd like to hope you are, you're in a bit of a situation. You've either started decorating or are about to, but you're stuck on a block design. Everything you make either looks terrible or just doesn't fit the level at all. I would know, because I've been there before. Therefore, I'll walk you through the thought process that I always go through to make my block designs, and I'll even make a block design as we go on. Also, for that sweet watch time, I'm gonna make this a list of 5 easy to follow steps. Nothing in this video is objective, and all of this is simply the thought process that I myself go through in order to make a block design. It honestly should apply to you, but if it doesn't, too bad. Batteries not included, each sold separately. With that out of the way, it's time we begin step 1, which is to really consider what the level or part of it is that you're building. Think really hard about the theme of this level. Write down a list of describing words if you need to, I don't care. If you were to describe this level/part to someone, what would you say? I'm going to use my level Aftermath as an example. This first part of the level takes place in a glitchy, abstract landscape in a secret, hidden compartment of the universe. Cool, now let's put that down into a block design. Okay, so this was the original block design for Aftermath. Gonna be honest, it's not terrible, but we can definitely do better. And this leads us to step 2, which is essentially to go through trial and error. Your first block design won't look good, and that's okay. Exploring your creative potential is key to making an extraordinary level. Oh, I'm like Shakespeare now. But seriously, this is one of the most important parts of the process, so grab a notepad and write this part down. Don't just throw random ideas at the wall, because that leaves you feeling burnt out and unsatisfied. Instead, you should ask yourself what you don't like about your design. For me, I feel like it's a bit too abstract, and I also don't really like the completely gray look. Now, I was able to get the finalized design in just 2 attempts, but it's completely fine if yours takes longer. Just keep going, and if you need to, jot down what you're doing wrong. Now, one may think the third step would finish it off and the video would be done, but I'm actually going to go through what a good block design should have in order to both fit the level and look good. Therefore, step 3 is all about structuring. In my level Close, I will admit that the structuring is as interesting as drinking a glass of water, so how can we make this look better? Well, we can ditch the rectangles and really think about what this part is supposed to represent, which is pretty much just dilapidated architecture. This means that we can keep the rigid corners, but maybe we can also add some cracks into the sides and maybe some holes in the middle. Then we can add a slightly smaller version of the structure in front of the other one, change the shape a bit, and now this looks so much better, doesn't it? Making your structuring as unique as possible is also a key detail, but make sure it makes sense in the context of the level. I made my structures in Aftermath super complex and abstract to represent its atmosphere. Whew, that was more talking than I expected. Don't worry, because it'll only get... wait, better? I thought it was gonna say worse. Just kidding, it'll get worse! Step 4, colors! I would say something about color theory here, but I'll try to explain it as best as I can without digging into that stuff. Basically, we're going to go back to those ideas. What colors do they represent? Hell theme levels will obviously be red and orange and stuff, but what if your level is Aftermath and all you have is abstract landscape at the end of the universe? How are you going to put that into colors? Well, I'd simply try some colors out and see if your brain likes them. I tried a muted grayscale block design first, so next I did the complete opposite and went full rainbow color scheme, and it looks awesome. Not only is it super abstract, but it also creates a sense of uncertainty, since it looks really out of place with the darker colors in the background. Speaking of the background, make sure your block design colors and background colors are very different, if not complete opposites. If they blend together, not only will it look bad, but people will also call you mean no-no words in the comments because it's unsight readable. Okay, I swear it'll get better this time, because the final step is the details. If you just add some colors, it won't look very good alone, and it needs more. Now, bear with me, because I myself am not an expert on this step, but simply spamming random objects with similar colors to the block design, especially things from the particle tab, doesn't even look too bad. That's the whole reason the glow, saw blades, and pretty much everything else is in this block design in Aftermath. However, it could be more thought out. For example, in Close, I had these vines and grass layers throughout the level, which represented the overgrown feeling I was going for. The spammed objects just seemed to work in Aftermath more than my weird abstract ideas. Also, make sure these details and pretty much everything else is low object and optimized. If every single structure has a particle trigger in it, maybe tone it down or remove it in low detail mode. You can also scale up objects like these single color tiles to make the object count go down, which is always nice. Okay, we're here at the end of the video. That was a lot more talking than I expected. If you enjoyed this tutorial and like clicking buttons, subscribing would be wise. I'm currently in my content grinding phase, so you should see more cool videos coming out soon. Also, for those who have been with my channel for more than a few weeks, you know that Aftermath should be done either this month or next month, and to that I say I'm not going to put a release date on myself. I don't want another power trip, and I need this level to be incredible or I'm just gonna hate it. I'll take my time and also optimize it, because it's kinda object heavy right now. Anyways, thank you all, and have a great day. Secret Razor Z, out. Peace.
Geometry Dash.